right. So James Hollings had told me about Marc Hector because I remember when I said we got to do a British roundtable one time, and he said, yeah. He said Marc Hector is a guy to watch, and now from what I'm seeing right now, the dude looks freaky. You know,
Okay.
You haven't seen him yet?
Is this the guy that played fourth last year?
I don't think he competed as a pro yet.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken,
I mean, you've seen some good photos of the guy.
That's what I'm saying. And you know, the guys that know him in person, they said he looks crazy. And we all know, you know, that pictures never do you really justice. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to seeing him to be in the first call out with those guys. You know.
Okay.
So now, but before we get to that though, Milos, talk to me. What's the atmosphere like at the UFC 279?
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, it was really, really crazy. It's a full house.
Since
my brother was there. What?
Yeah. I can't go. At least I can get the breakdown.
Yeah. I got to teach exactly when everybody is passing, so you can high-five it, right? But
so I can feel like I was there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't really videotape it because I'm all into it. I'm only bummed about Khamzat Chimaev, Kevin Holland.
There was no fight.
Yeah, because I mean, that's not sportsmanship-like conduct, not to touch the glove and just go for a takedown. And that was stupid from Kevin's side, right? But he didn't expect that. I think if he saw some stand-up, maybe it would be different, you know. But I didn't even. I looked just for a second. Some security was saying something to the people next to me, and next thing I look, he was already down. Like a fight didn't even start. And you know, when you're down with Khamzat, you know, good luck getting up. You know, so that was it. But anyway,
what was the atmosphere when Nate was out there?
It was crazy. I mean, Nate is a legitimate superstar, and people love him. You know, so he delivered again. What I've seen, it's not the same Nate from years ago, right? When you can really expect, okay, he's gonna, you know, put the major show, but he's still hanging there. You know, put it this way, he won.
Yeah. Hey,
that's important.
There you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he wasn't all bloody too, so.
He actually looked good at his after party.
Yeah.
But you know what impressed me the most? The fight that impressed me the most, I don't know if you were already in there, was Chris Bennett.
Yeah, Chris Bennett. I bet on him. Okay, Chris Bennett. Yeah. We bet on him. But listen, yeah, of course, I was there on the first fight. Early preliminaries. 3 o'clock, I was right there. I can tell you, I don't miss the fights. Yeah, and Chris was plus 340. Yeah, underdog.
Damn, a lot of underdogs won this time.
Yeah,
for me, it was too early because the early prelim started at 2 a.m., then 4 a.m., and the main card started at 6 a.m. And I was up all night.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis, are you going to be at the Dubai show? Master show in October, whatever, 24th?
No, 29th.
29th, are you going to be there?
No, that's my show in Germany the same day.
Ah, because that's when is UFC with Makhachev and...
No, that's on the 22nd in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yeah. Abu Dhabi.
That's the week prior. That's the week prior, 22nd.
Are you going to be there?
I'll be in Germany. If I wasn't in Germany, I would fucking flip you off from there, from the fucking ringside. This one's for Milos.
He don't want you to go to the. He don't want you to go. I think.
Well. Let me put it this way.
Milos wants you to go.
Somebody just contacted me to go to Dubai for that seminar day after the UFC. I said, "Whoa, hold on! What the perfect timing!" So I was supposed to. Sorry.
That's the week after the following.
Okay, I don't know the dates right now, but
the Dubai Muscle Show is 28th, 29th, and the 30th.
I might actually go. So
I know because Ramy is going to be on the Dubai Muscle Show. I think on the 28th. Then he's flying out the 28th. He's going to arrive in Germany at night, and he's going to be at my show Saturday, and he's flying out Sunday morning to be back at the Muscle Show on Sunday.
Damn.
Yeah, all right. So, do you guys watch Yamamoto Pro Cup?
I didn't see anything from there. I was there live stream because my time zone is a little different, and I forgot they're only 2 hours behind. So yeah, I wasn't really surprised that Vlad.
Yeah,
What's his name? No.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about this. Vladislav qualified for Olympia last year. He was officially qualified, but he could not compete. And this is that heartbreaking stories. Like, oh my God, give a guy a chance to compete. So this year he won. I'm not sure if that's right news, but supposedly Dennis Wolf prepared him. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, I had two guys competing. I had Mohammed Alamam, and I had Jamie Christian Johal.
I think the guy from Oxygen Gym works with him, Oscar.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I talked to Mauro. Mauro was telling me all that stuff days into the show. So
talk about it here then.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, I think it was a competitive show. I mean, top 5 looked good. And Mohammed is another story. I mean, he would be fourth by points last year. So when he heard that Vlad couldn't compete, he was trying to get the chance as the third highest in points to compete, but he didn't get that nod. And then I don't know if you guys know that Mohammed had a major car accident less than a year ago, and then he was off completely. This is his first show back. He was gonna do like Tampa and Chicago show and all that stuff, but he couldn't get the visa because Russian vaccination does not work.
Right, not valid, right?
So yeah, I mean, these guys that they have like so much troubles. I still have I don't know if you've seen my guy Behruz Tabani, Iranian guy in contest shape, right? So he's trying to get visa for Prague, trying to get for Spain, and this is
why didn't he go to Italy?
He couldn't get the visa. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's like all these things. Like, God, let's do something for federation to appeal something and let them compete. You know,
this has nothing to do with the federation.
What?
This has nothing to do with the federation. The federation sends the letters that they qualified and whatever they need. The embassy, whatever embassy they go, it's up to them, not to the federation.
Yeah, I know, but still, I still think. I mean, I know how they do it in other sports. If you have a little bit more push, I think something will happen.
Who has push in the German embassy? Who has push in the Italian embassy? At the end of the day, they do their own thing. So, and it depends on what passport. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. Your passport will dictate if you get it easy or not.
Look, Honey Rainbow managed to bring Hadi Chupa.
Are you guys still there? Everybody look frozen.
Yeah, you look frozen. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, Hadi Chupan is coming because Honey Rainbow did some miracle, right? So he could do it.
Did he do that?
It wasn't so much Honey Rainbow. It was the people from over there that helped. So there was a few people.
Maybe he speaks the language, so maybe he had to use instrumental somehow.
No, guys, it has nothing to do with speaking Iranian or Persian because he doesn't have to go to the Iranian embassy. He has to go to the U.S. embassy. And the U.S. embassy, and he went to Dubai. And there was a few people, and it was teamwork. I mean, they did a good job. I mean, it was last minute. Last year it was quicker, but it was last minute. Hopefully they do it quicker this time.
Yeah.
It's always easier to get a visa when you had one and you came back, everything was cool. The first one is the hardest one.
Right.
But you guys didn't actually see the video footage from Yamamoto Cup. You didn't see Vlad and Andrea, Jamie, no, nothing. Well, yeah, the first call out, my athlete Jamie Johal, right? Who I think is, highly underrated. People think, he's just too tall. It's 6'5". There's no way he's gonna. If you have the frame, let me tell you, he was like 310 on the stage. Biggest X frame V taper differential. I mean, those shoulders as wide as can be, the waist is as far as can be. And let me tell you, we were going for that Dennis fault kind of blow up. He did over 4,000 grams of carbs to load up in this show. And you see, he was full, right? I think he was very competitive. I think he lost the edge when he turned around and his back was not maybe as hard as the front. But actually, after the first call out, I thought like he's winning the show. And then they put Vlad in the middle next to Muhammad. And you could see that was first and second. And they put Andrea Munzi, who, I don't know, I think by points now he's in top 3. Andrea Munzi from Italy. Yeah. So we have a few more shows, but leading into the 10 days to the Arnold Classic. Are you guys sure that Andrew Jack is competing? Because Dennis, you're in Dubai, you see him there? No?
I see him do cardio every morning.
Oh, there it is.
And I see him train whenever we go to the gym to train. We don't train there every day, but we do cardio there every morning. And he's there. He's doing his cardio. Hey, he's going. He told me he's leaving this week. He's going early.
All this time you're there, you didn't see him?
Say what?
You didn't ask him, hey, let me see what you look like.
He's posing?
No, I didn't ask him. Why should I ask him?
Because you're a fan of the sport and you do this.
I know better than somebody when he's walking into the gym like this. Ask him. I know better than that because
he's walking into the gym like this.
Milos don't care. You can look like you're dying. Hey, let me see. Give me a back double before you pass out.
Yeah.
No, but he comes in. We just got enough for fist tap, and that's it. We had a small talk, but I don't. When someone trains, I'm not going to go in between.
Yeah.
At least he's
if it's like that means he's dieting hard.
He's dieting
hard. Yeah.
And I talked to him, and he said he's leaving early, so I think he's leaving this week for England. I said, you got somebody over there? He said, yeah, he's got somebody taking care of him. So he's going.
Yeah, I want to see this show, man.
Yeah. When I talked to him, he was like on 200 grams of carbs. He said, man, that's too low for me. I can't do that.
We should have a guest coming in now.
Oh, yeah?
Special guest, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
I don't know if it's coming. I don't know if it's happening.
There it is. Hey, Ramy.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Do you have a wide lens camera on that phone? Look how much wider Ramy is than all of us.
Mr. Milos.
What's up, Ramy?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you. There you go.
There you go. That's what's up.
I told him I have a special guest, they didn't know who it was.
Nice. Big
What are you eating? Ramy, what are you eating? Protein?
I will show you Mr. Milos.
Beef?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a big piece of beef there.
Yeah.
Right.
Rice? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I was told long ago, if you want to look like a chicken, eat chicken. If you want to look like a bull, eat beef.
I think I'm the most bodybuilder. He eats fish. I'm like a fish.
Yeah?
Yeah.
At the house, fish. He eats bison in the morning, and other than that, it's all fish.
Damn.
He doesn't eat.
But look, back in the day, like Kevin Levroni, as you know, he was just dieting on fish. And, in a sense, fish and vegetable is the bulletproof diet for anybody. You're going to get them ripped, right? But then how much... You Ramy, you're really a world wonder that you can be so big that I understand you don't even eat that much.
I think that.
Yeah, so that's a blessing. I can only imagine what would happen if we would double up your calories.
Oh my gosh.
Milos. Put the pedal to the metal.
Milos would blow
last
up
week,
400
All
pounds.
systems go.
Yeah, but you see, I mean, come on. Aren't you guys interested? Like, okay, if Ramy is this big, eating little, what up if we bump it up like 100 grams of protein, an extra 100 grams of you know? But anyway, so we are just, Ramy, the biggest question for me, and I think I already heard, is that you're not going to retire this year after you win third title.
Okay, I will tell you the story.
Okay.
Before I start, my kids, he asked me, they're still young. They asked me, but because I don't have a lot of time to be with them. And they asked me, I said, okay, let me training and do that stuff until 38. But I will be after 38, I will retire. But I don't know, I will be Mr. Olympia when I'm 38. And
Right.
I can't live. I can't live that because 2 reasons. Because it's not about me right now only. Yes, I still have a passion to win Mr. Olympia many times, but if you see my country and the Middle East, how that very important for them, you will be trained like a horse. You never stop. It's not about me only. No.
Yeah,
Not
that's
now.
you're a superstar, and you're building the legacy. Everybody's proud of you. I mean, Egypt, I've seen the Liverpool football player Salah.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
I mean, I can only imagine. I've seen your trip back with the Egypt Airlines.
Not
Yeah.
even only Egypt. Egypt is crazy, but he can go anywhere.
Anyway,
Now we in the UAE, even in the hospital, the damn nurses running out of the rooms trying to get pictures.
yes, I can only imagine. So yeah,
Gotta
Ronnie,
love it.
you don't owe only to the Middle East, you owe it to the world to keep winning, until you lose, if you ever lose, right? So keep going for a record.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know he didn't like what you just said.
What?
I know he didn't like what you just said. You're going to compete until you lose.
Yeah, which is never, unless you might.
yeah.
He's
It's
talking
like
crazy.
that, the life like that, but I don't, from the beginning, from day one, I'm never thinking I will be lost one show. But I lost many shows, but it's okay. You don't have to put that in your mind if you need to win.
Yeah, of course. I lost 71 out of 72 pro shows. So I'm the biggest loser. But yeah, Ronnie, listen.
And he had to beat me in that one.
Yeah, exactly. I beat you. That's my biggest
Everybody that had success had to go through you, Chris.
Yeah, that's right. The gatekeeper.
Yeah, that is it too. But Ramy, I mean, I'm going to tell you this as the opinion of everybody. You are very much liked. You're loved among everyone. Everybody knows your personality. You're a family man, good-hearted, and you are world wonder, okay? We saw you from 2013, 14, you're coming on. Ramy could be a Mr. Olympia. We all talk about it. So finally, you're recognized, and now you're there, okay? As I talked to Dennis at the last show, I don't see anyone possibly beating you. You're that much bigger than them. And, there is levels to the game, right? So you're just overpowering. What Ronnie was doing back in the day, this is what I see. I actually think you're wider than Ronnie. I mean, because that's with right now, your camera, look at Chris, Dennis, and me. We are like this, and look at you. Your shoulders are not in the picture.
Because maybe I'm close to the camera.
No, I'm right up on my shit.
Hey, I'm right in the camera. Look.
Yeah.
I have to get my elbows up a little bit. I
gotta say this again, and I said this the last 2 times we had our little podcast, that just seeing how he, how much he gives me in the workouts is telling me the whole story. You know what I mean? I know Ramy.
That's important.
I know him from the beginning. I know when he trains and when he does something because you want him to do it, or when he does something because he wants to do it. And right
motivated.
now, he motivates me.
To push him harder.
And I'm there to motivate him. You know what I mean? And I can tell. He wants it bad. He wants it really bad.
Dennis, you know, you are close to me, and last year I think he did change my mentality to thinking about everything. I stopped like 8 months, but I still thinking I have to be now pushed, not because I have people around me and he's pushing me to win the show. Not only because my family, he need to be proud of me. You know, anyone he need to be in top, he must get that in him heart, not from the around him. Because sometimes if you have many reasons to win, but if you lost that reason, you will lose, and that happened with me. And from that day, I tried to push myself from my heart, and I'm still one of the best one. I'm so lucky with my friends. I have Dennis is my brother, it's not my friends, and sometimes it's my dad. But I still have friends who pushing me to be in the top. I don't like to say I'm a Mr. Olympia, that's it, but you know, I need to be Ramy as a personality. I don't like to change for any reason. Mr. Olympia, we have a lot of Mr. Olympia before, and we respect all of them. But we have many people. He lost that show. He don't have that title in him career, but we're still proud of them. Yeah, and you know, I need to be one for that history. I need to put my name with them.
Right. Well, your name is already in the books forever. This will never, ever go away, ever. You know, if you win the Olympia once, you're going to be a Mr. Olympia for the rest of your life. If you win it twice, people call it lucky. If you win it 3 times, you solidify yourself. And you know, and from then on, people can, you know, they will always say something, of course. I mean, the one who's on top is the one with the big target on the back. Everybody's aiming for the champion, you know, so you don't look back. But I think this year could be one of those Olympias where, you know, I think the excitement for this year's Olympia is much bigger than it was in the last couple of years. Yeah, number one. And I think the reason is because there's a lot of newer guys like Nick Walker, who's very confident. Like, and I say it again, people sleep on William.
William Bonac, yeah.
William Bonac this year will surprise everybody. Okay.
You know what I say, Dennis? Hold the guys is fighting for one reason. Now I think the social media, he motivate everyone to be Mr. Olympia. I think it's equal for everyone to be Mr. Olympia this year, but who will give 100% until last day, who will win the show.
Yeah. Also, I also think that Brandon Curry, who won the Olympia 2019, lost it to Ramy in 2020, lost it last year. And you know, when he lost it the first year in 2020, I think Brandon he did enough for 21. And when he came in, you know, he thought this was going to be enough to get the title back. And he still lost in 21. So I believe Brandon this year will put everything he has into it to give this another shot, because there's no way you're going to lose the Olympia twice and then give half-ass. So I believe that we want to see the best Brandon too. And now we got new guys.
Hadi, and the many guys.
Hadi, who is on a mission, he's gaining size.
Nathan, don't forget that if he will be in the Olympia, he will be very dangerous. And,
I mean, Nathan would definitely be dangerous. I don't know if Nathan is dangerous for the title. I know he has the goods, but I think he has to be back on stage first. We have to see what he looks like, because it's been a while. It's been 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, since he won all those shows.
No,
he competed last year. Nathan Diasha, he won on a Classic UK last
won a
year.
couple of shows.
Cup.
We'll talk about Olympia.
Okay, it felt like it was 2 years ago. Yeah, so we got it. Nathan is definitely on top 6 contender.
But you know, the one word that struck me the most out of this whole conversation is Ramy saying that he's training with his heart. That's one thing that you know, Ramy knows how I push people, and Ramy knows I ain't no joke with it, and I'm not here to play. But but I never heard you actually say I'm pushing with my heart. I never heard you say anything with an H in it. So to me, to hear that, that's what I think.
Testing before.
That's what I think is essential for true champions to tap into, is that deep hearted. It comes from the inside. You feel it and you live it every day, and you know what you got to do, and you expect it of yourself. So I'm really happy to hear that from you, man, from the bottom of my heart, man.
Okay, Ramy, if I can ask you, I mean, you are so respectful and true competitor, but a good human being. But really, who do you think is your biggest rival? Who do you consider it's
who's your biggest threat? I don't think
Dennis,
he has rivals, do he?
Question. Dennis, he asked me this question, and this is not a political answer, but I have to say that many times I said that to Dennis, not from today, from long time. I said one word, it's Ramy. If I come not 100%, I will be fucked up. And I had that dream every day. I slept, I get my days, it's already, I'm close to the show. I wake up, it's okay, it's still 100 days.
Did you ever have a dream?
I respect all of them, because everyone, when I saw Hadi, that they have incredible shape, incredible, he's very good. And
all right, let me ask you something, Ramy. Let me ask you a different question, okay? Let's say Ramy is not doing the Olympia this year, okay?
Good turnaround.
You're not competing. Give me your top 3.
Okay.
Damn.
I have to see William, Brandon, Hadi.
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah,
Here you
go.
Here you have it.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. I mean, William should have beat Brandon this year at Arnold Classic, And if William is still improving, that's going to be tremendous. But William is a little narrow, right? Doesn't have that crazy V-taper. So he's just thickly muscled. I mean, Regan Grimes backstage was coming and looking at him and touching, like, oh my God, the biceps had the fibers going into the delts and stuff. I mean, it's like all of us that love muscle, we have to respect it. This is, shit. But when William stands next to Ramy, literally Ramy is twice as wide, right? So instantly it's like, okay, well, that's not comparable. But who is comparable? I was surprised that Brandon actually looked quite comparable in size from the side chest, side tricep, side relax. I didn't see him before with you, Ramy, right? If you look side chest, he looked like he had some size. But front and back, when you really see the X-frame and just your width, even though Brandon has a good lat spread, very, very good lat spread, 2 of his legs were like one of yours. This is what I've seen it. And you can't ignore that. So I see myself, Hadi Choopan being second, and the William being there possibly third. With, of course, I have a hopes for my athlete, Samson Dauda, to be in top 6.
God. Yeah, how we forget Samson?
No, we haven't forgotten. We'll get to him. We haven't forgotten.
Yeah. And, but what I'm saying is, after the clear winner, the top 6 can be in any order if somebody's a little off, this kind of stuff. I see this Olympia. It's going to be crazy first call out. It's going to be crazy second call out. And then second call out guys might be mixed in. This is how I see it. I can see it coming. Like back in the day, when Ronnie Coleman won 98 Olympia, he was in the fourth call out first. It was not the first call out, second call out, third. He was in the fourth.
In the fourth call out, end up winning the show. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved up, but before he wasn't really dominating the sport. So they wasn't used to or ready or thinking that he would be winning the show. Everyone thought it was Flex's show to lose. So that's where they were looking at first. Because I mean, who in the world would have bet against Flex?
Was he leading after prejudging or probably not?
You know
I
what?
think he was second. I think it was second because they were still like leaning like that was going to be Flex's show. Yeah. But lo and behold, Flex was so out of shape on Wednesday before the show that I didn't think he was going to be even close to where he got there. I think it was a miracle that Chad had him look the way he did about the time the show came around.
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, you know I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
I was in his room. Yeah.
But 98,
at Wednesday.
Ronnie Coleman, he told that story many times. He said he was so spilled over night before the Olympia. I mean, so spilled over. And saying, here we go again. He's going to place. He was ninth at the '97 Olympia. Yeah. Chris, you were 8th, and I was 10th, right? So Ronnie was like, "Oh no way!" But then I don't know. Chad told him drink a gallon of water and whatever else. And it prejudging. I was at the locker room when we took a close up, and I'm looking at Ronnie. Same old Ronnie. It's like, okay, he's going to be top 6 maybe. But then first call out, right? He starts sweating and losing and getting harder. So this is how it went after the symmetry round, which you're right, Chris. He didn't win. After prejudging, he was behind because of a symmetry round, muscularity round, and then he started dominating. But he was, changing by the pose, not by the comparison. Every time he turns, every time he flexes. By the end of the prejudging, we went back to the locker room. For the first time in my, he's right here. I said, Ronnie, I have to touch it. I want to touch his hamstring. It was like, it's like steel. You can't touch shit. You can't touch whoa, fuck. And he was like, You did the same 2001 backstage at the Arnold. To who? You did the same to Ronnie, 2001 backstage at the Arnold. I do this quite often, I guess. I'll do it. Ronnie, if I'm backstage, I'm going to come touch you.
So let's talk about the two tall guys coming into this year's Olympia. Ramy, I want to get your opinion because you see Andrew, because they just asked me before you came on. They asked me, is Andrew really competing in England? I said, yes, he's doing his cardio in the morning. And I remember he told me that he's leaving for England this week. So I don't know, in the next couple of days, he should be leaving for England. What do you see? Where do you see Andrew coming into the Olympia, especially as a taller guy? And then also let's add Samson, who's also a taller guy. What do you see in these two guys?
Okay, Dennis, we don't see Andrew only just one show, and he looks great from the front. That's my opinion. And from beginning, I have to say that he's a rock for this year, and we must respect him. What he did, he changed from amateur to be, and until the first show in professional, he changed 100%. From up to down. But in the show, he's not in top form, and I think if he come in top form and the skin, he will be from the back, especially he will get thin. Then that he will be very dangerous, and he will be in top 6. But you think if you ask me if he can do that, I think maybe because if he changed from Arnold to amateur to the show he win last 2 weeks.
Texas.
That means he can change until Olympia, and in that time he will be very dangerous because his tool is wider, and if the skin thinner in the glutes and the back, he will be very dangerous. But Samson, his rounds and his taller and his thicker muscle more than most of the people in the stage in top 10. And I'm shocked when he going to the guest posing last 2 weeks. His 295 Milos, something like that.
300 and what was his weight?
He was 146 kilos.
So that's
the Q, Ramy, very close.
Yeah.
146 times 2.2. Sorry, shit. 146 times 2.2. God damn. 146. 321. Yeah, 321. Listen, I mean, I'm going to say this. Samson, even last year, was in a 285 range that it didn't look 285, but I see him standing on the stage 285, on the scale 285. He's just a heavy guy, right? He still doesn't have a yo width. Okay, yeah. He has the thickness, he has those crazy legs. It's width, but he's working on it. He's improving dramatically, and let me tell you, he is so committed. Of course, he just wanna, he likes his chances to get that first call out, and then from first call out, anything goes. We all know.
But Milos, when he said that I need to be in top 10, that's very intelligent from him because he don't need to give himself a pressure to make. He can't say will be in top 5, and that he make me very stressed.
Ramy, he said first call out.
First call out. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard from Samson. I need to be in top 10.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay, Ramy, because I talked to Jay Cutler, and Jay Cutler talked about this, winner's mentality, and actually he saw himself winning, right? I have never won, so it's different. Going into the show, we like to say, okay, I want a top 10, I want a top 6, first call out, but no. When you see yourself winning, right? Like right now, you're a winner, and you zero in only on the victory. Don't even think anything else, right? Nick Walker, for example, right? He believes 1,000,000% he can win, right? And he can. Yeah. So as the outsiders, come on, be real. But you have to appreciate, wow, he really believes that he's going for it, all that stuff. And then you have guys, like when I was competing with Chris Cormier and Flex and Ronnie and Nasser and Dorian, how can I convince myself, oh yeah, I have a chance to win? My chance is 0, right? So I say, okay, I'm going to just, try my best. You know what I mean? So right now, people that are chasing you, you're the standard. Nobody is bigger than you. Nobody is wider than you. Nobody's going to outmuscle you. Right? So you have this going for you that, they're still not at the level. Somebody can maybe out-condition you, right? Like Hadi Chupan had this crazy, intercostal serratus and stuff, this kind of. So I'm sure that you, Dennis, and Chad are working on this because for many years, 2013 was your first Olympia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2013. We saw you coming. Everybody saw you coming, like Ronnie Coleman, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, finally, when he arrived, nobody could, take him out. So it's your show for sure. It's just keep grinding, keep perfecting yourself. Look, give us the world the best Ramy that ever was, and then keep improving. So just imagine, why not? I mean, we all work to improve, not to be like yesterday, right? Yeah. So I would just love to encourage you to just, as now you train with the heart, you motivate Dennis. Okay, get the best Ramy that can possibly be. Maybe next year, not this year, maybe next year in off season, try to eat more. Not this year. I don't want to change
As long as you keep the waist in check, though. We need that waist in check.
That waist
You
is
gotta keep
tiny.
that waist in check.
I think Chat's plan, of course, is absolutely to have him at his condition he's ever been in.
Yeah.
And
That's
with
what we
the
want to
size,
see, man. That's what we want to
with
see.
the size that he has, I think this is going to be lethal. I mean, look, he was at his lightest last year. I mean, he was probably lighter in 2016.
Yeah. Yeah.
He ended up like medium Ramy on stage. But last year, that was the lightest he's ever been. He was almost the same weight as he was in 2013 at the Olympia last year, and that was due to the fact that he wasn't training all year. So now he trained all year and he had that size, he kept that size, and now he's got, the starting position from here is crazy. I mean, Chat's happy, and I would be surprised if we wouldn't see the best condition at no less than 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you don't necessarily have to step on the scale. You just look in the mirror, right? I mean,
exactly. But still, just for us to see, because I remember I put him on the scale last year because I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how much he weighed, and and it was 279 for the finals.
For me,
hey, Ramy, have you ever seen anyone? You ever walked around, like when I was competing, I'd walk around sometime. I'm like, damn. You see another bodybuilder, you say, man, I wonder if I'm, actually bigger than that guy. You ever seen a guy bigger than you? And you're like, damn.
I think that mental to everybody, any bodybuilder in the world to have that mental. I think that because if I see one he's bigger than me, no? I have to train more.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to ask that one.
I never look like that to the people. Yeah, I love when I get some bodybuilders improved. Because it's my game. I love that. But always I think about myself. I have to be in. You have to care about yourself. You have to be in the track. Because if you lost one day, that means one he's run and he and he win the show. That's it.
Yeah, because I always thought you was like the biggest, widest. It's your height. I never seen anyone as wide as you. As I said, it's like all the time. But I honestly never seen. I've been around some great champions, but I never seen anyone
That was today.
big and wide.
That's now.
Get over to the side.
Today.
Go to the side more.
Yeah, there you go. Jesus Christ.
But you know what though? He's big, but then when he pumps up, then you really see a fucking.
Well, listen, today was one of them days again where he took his shirt off, and I'm like, fuck, I can't believe how big he is.
Right?
I thought I've seen it all. Because I've seen it all. I thought I've seen it, and it's just mind-boggling how he can still impress me like this, just standing there. He don't even have to pose.
Listen,
Right.
they were Arnold Classic. They were announcing top three. There was Ramy, Dexter, and William Bonac that time.
William.
Yeah, and I was sitting with Mauro Sassi, right? And we look and said, look at this. He really was as wide as both of them. They were standing. I'm not exaggerating. That was a shocker. I wish somebody took that picture. It was just like, oh my God. And all the love and respect for both William and Dexter, right? Ramy was that big, like a Jesus. I mean, really.
But that shows you.
What?
But that shows you that if he's not on, these guys will beat him.
Yeah. Even though now when you say, I would question the same judges, like, how did you have him lose? At that time, there was always a question of how can you forget that this overwhelming width and size and muscularity, conditioning a little bit here and there. Does it matter really that much? But anyway, that's another story. I think that Ramy is the widest bodybuilder that ever stepped on stage. I don't think there is anybody wider. Yeah.
Maybe Paul was wide too, wasn't it?
Who?
Paul was wide. Marcus Rule was kind of wide, but
Marcus Rule was wide too. Yeah.
Who? Paul Gillette?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't as wide. No. He has the.
No. It was no. Listen, is Paul was wide when he's standing there and doing nothing. He was wide. When he tried to do something, he gets small.
Yeah. Paul was the only guy that
The silhouette was nuts.
Don't do bent double biceps pose. Just lift your arms. Don't do nothing. Don't try to squeeze.
Yeah, don't do nothing.
Same with the lat spread. The lat spread, I would have just do a lat spread without your arms.
Oh, the lat spread is crazy. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I'm also the abs. Ramy's abs can be like fucking good, man. Flat as hell, but I mean, the sands, like for a big guy, it's fucking pretty awesome.
that's actually extreme.
Ab and thigh.
Deep abs, small waist, wide shoulders. But Dennis, you are the first one that saw Ramy, really. You brought him on a New York pro debut, right? So you saw well before anybody, you know, what is his potential and capabilities.
When I first laid eyes on him, I called who was running Flex magazine back then? What's his name?
Oh, the dark hair guy.
Yeah. And I called him. I said, "Listen, sign him now, because I promise you." And he steps on the stage in New York, he's gone. And they signed him to a Vita deal like 2-3 weeks before the New York Pro.
Yeah.
Just offer my word. You know, and I told him when I first saw him, I told him that he's going to be Mr. Olympia. I know it right there.
He said after 5 years you have to be Mr. Olympia. You can be next 2 years, but maybe you need more time to have that maturity in your muscles. Maybe until 2016-17 you have to get your title. But I lost the 3 years.
Hey man, it was still, I don't know. In my mind, I thought it could have went your way also in some of those shows.
17 when he got second to Phil.
Yeah. I thought it could have went your way also.
I think he could have placed way better in 2013. I think he could have placed better in 2014. I think he could have, you know, but you know how it is when you come in, you know, he was like a shock factor. New York, for me, was the best show because I was talking a gang of shit going to the show. I was talking a gang of shit, and then nobody saw him, so nobody had an idea what he looked like. You know, I was already telling people, this is like, trust me, guys, you had never seen nothing like it. and at that time, he was training for 3 years. So I told him, I said, listen, he trains 3 years, and what you see today, I said, you never seen before. So I remember, and Victor was joking because Victor knew that we were bringing Victor Martinez, who was the favorite into the show, which actually was Ramy's idol.
Yeah.
So, and then I remember backstage, Victor was joking. I said, so where's this Istanbul guy?
Yeah.
Something similar. He didn't know where he was from originally, Charles. Anyway, so, and then, you know, of course, even though you know he looks great, you know, Milos, you can, and Chris, both of you guys can totally understand what I'm saying right now. As someone who is there and who's totally biased anyways, but you know, when he comes out now for the mandatories, this is going to be the first time the world is going to see him. I was nervous like mother.
What is he going to do?
But I knew he was going to kill it. I was just hoping he's not going to trip and fall or do something stupid.
Yeah, there's always something.
You should have. Chris, were you there?
Yeah, I was there. Remember, because I saw him at the gym on that Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Milos, the reaction of the crowd. The reaction of the crowd said everything. You know how New York is the loudest.
New York,
crowd.
yeah, shit.
And this time, New York was quiet. It was. Took them about 3 poses before they start going nuts because they were shocked. And then when he turned around and he did that last spread and he opened up like and I said to, I don't even know who I was sitting with. I said, now watch this. This is going to be like a 747.
Damn.
Boing.
And then you still didn't have any comparison yet because, and then when they did the call outs, that's when you saw what was really going on. It was crazy. And from then day,
But let me understand that. 2013, what you say, he did this in 3 years. 2010, you didn't train until 2000.
No, I started 2010. November 5, 2010.
Holy shit.
So he's 12 years. He's already 3-time Mr. Olympia, you can say. If he wins this year, he won 3 Mr. Olympias in 12 years.
Holy shit. But there was a picture of you on the beach. I remember this is the only thing before. I mean, you were big there for
yeah.
You know.
I'm always I'm from the when I'm young. I didn't see about that stories because my brother he started to talk to Dennis about my history with family. I think I born with the abs. I think that.
Hey, I'm gonna ask some hard questions here, bud. You're on the hot seat right now.
Okay.
So
Bring the heat.
You've seen Dennis, you've seen Ramy close up many times, obviously a lot longer than anyone else. I've seen Ramy close up and I was like, holy shit, like this is, I mean, you've seen him 5 weeks out, 4 weeks, whatever. He already looks remarkable already, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, do you think you've actually showed the world your best Ramy version that there can be? Do you think there's more to see, or you think you've shown your best, or do you think you can? I think, in my heart, I think you can be something that the world has never even witnessed before, even still. That's what I think.
Ramy, you questioning Ramy?
Yes.
Oh, Ramy, you understand?
Yeah. Sure. It's our goal, not my goal only. It's our goal for the team to be better, in better shape and better Ramy. The best Ramy this year. I don't know what will happen. I'm not, but I'm working for that. I can promise for one thing. I will working every day until the show, 100%. That's what I can do. And if that happen, and God, He help us to be safe all this time.
Chat. Don't forget chat, man. Chat
Do you think? I'm just saying. You look down at yourself, and we all look down on ourselves at certain times, whether it's 9 o'clock at night or 7 in the morning or whatever, and you're seeing a version of yourself like, damn, if I could just bring this to the stage, that would be the best. Like, have you seen that?
I think he saw that tonight in the gym. The picture that I just showed you, I think today when he looked in the mirror, he felt like that. Right, Ramy?
Yeah.
That felt good.
That's important for your psyche.
And there's no better feeling than when you surprise yourself. Like you look there, it's like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, that had to feel good because that shit looked good to me. I was like, you know, that brings back memories because I remember that I had the moments when I look in the mirror. Oh, I tell you this. For me, it wasn't so much the mirror. For me, it was Milos's face. Milos's face will give you exactly what you need.
Yeah, I can't fake.
Every time when I came in for the Olympia, I came in early, right?
Yeah.
And Milos picked me up from the airport. And it was almost tradition. I don't even know if you shouldn't remember. It was almost tradition to go to fucking iHop. From the airport, go to iHop and get the Harlem grain pancakes. You remember that?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter when it was. 4 weeks out, 6 weeks out, whatever it was. And then from there, go to the gym. And I get my pump on. And then I see Milos. Oh, what's up? Let me get my camera. The best gym pictures I have, Milos took them in the gym. The best shots I have.
But I tell you, I swear to God, it sounds like a cliche when they say camera doesn't show nothing. In person. I mean, Ramy, you appreciate when I'm sure you've seen Dennis's pictures when chest and shoulders and triceps. Goddamn, right? But I'm not a photographer. I don't know this, balance and, angles and lights and shit like this. You just take a picture, right? And picture is, but forget the camera. I'm looking there. It's like, this is crazy. I mean, at that time, for me, this is how I saw it. Big Ronnie was the standard, okay? So who can match him in this wow factor? And most muscular side chest, shit like this. Dennis was, for me, even more impressive in those two poses. In those two poses. That's why, remember that one photo shoot when you still had hair and you had an American flag, what do you call it? Top?
Photo shoot with Ronnie.
Yeah, with Ronnie. Yeah. This is the
Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for that picture, for you to stand next to Ronnie. And then Chris, last time we talked about that Arnold Classic when Ronnie won, you were second, and Dennis was third, right?
Yeah.
As I was saying, my idea for Dennis was to overwhelm you in that fullness, right? This was. So
you're literally sending people to try to beat me. That's what you're saying right now.
No, listen. Chris, I love you.
I'm trying to win an Arnold Classic, and you try to not let me win Arnold Classic.
Hey, look at Ramy sitting there. It look like he need a sports bra. Look at that.
No, but doesn't look at Ramy right now. Doesn't it look like somebody photoshopped and stretched the picture?
Yeah, but this is, and you know what? People accuse us of photoshopping this shit. Look, he's got this pea head. Look at that. That's why. And just what you explained, just Milos, what you saw, this is what I saw. I saw today, a couple of days ago, when we go into the locker room and he takes his shirt off, and I'm like, I'm just,
Hey, back in the day, Milos, you might remember this because you were around earlier than I was, basically on the scene, but Chris Lund used to have his studio right where that massage area was at Gold's Gym. So when he would just be around, he'd be in his office, and if it's a particular bodybuilder looking like immaculate, like just off the chain crazy, then he would have him come right over to the studio and shoot him right then that day, because some days is better than others, as we all know. And he would get people at their absolute peak, and have some, like he say, magic shots taken just like that, because he'd be at the gym already.
Oh, Chris we would have loved Ramy.
Oh yeah. He would not let him go.
He would have got some pictures with this guy, man. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh man.
As strong as he is on top of it. Crazy.
I never asked. So Ramy is very strong?
Very strong. Very strong.
For both pushing and pulling, for legs, I don't even ask. But like Dennis, you were a pusher. You can push the house off your chest and shoulders. But then, Regan is super strong on the back. I mean, you can put anything. This kind of thing. So Ramy, you feel the same power pushing and pulling?
I think pusher, I'm stronger than puller.
Uh-huh.
I think that.
What is your, if I had a father, how much you bench? Stupid question. But yeah, I want to have an idea.
He put it in the weight, I have to push it. I never checked the weight.
Hey, we did how much was it? But there was a chest press. It was the Arsenal chest press, 5 plates. Yeah, actually have the video. I'm gonna post it today. Oh, bro.
Yeah, you did.
I remember doing like 4 or 5 for I don't know for almost like a warm up.
Oh yeah. Here's the question, Big Ramy. Did you ever do 100 kilos, 225, bench press as many reps as you can? Because
I have, because we don't have the dumbbell like that. I have a chance one time when I'm in off season. I have a chance to make a dumbbell press in gym in New York. I'm forget the gym. Maybe I have the shooting that day. and I'm excited to have one like Ronnie when he left that one. And when I start to train, I push like 10. I'm strong. I'm like him. I can do that.
It's a dumbbell press.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I remember him in the gym in Phoenix doing dumbbell flies with 150 pounds.
yeah.
Guys,
Jesus
hey.
Christ.
Hey, and the thing is, he's doing 150 pounds, and then he stands up and puts the weight back in the rack.
I'm throwing that shit. Dump it. Dump.
Hey, did I tell you the story when Big Ramy was doing the dumbbell presses, and I was in the gym passing by, and he dumped the dumbbells. Okay, okay. He dumped the dumbbell on his toe and broke the toe, and he didn't say a word. He didn't say a word. Next day he came with all this,
You broke your toe because you threw the dumbbell on your own toe?
Yeah, that's Ramy back in, I don't know, about 2002 or 3, whichever year it was. But you know what I mean? If you do such a thing, you make a noise. He didn't even make a noise.
It was 2003. There was no Ramy.
No, Big Ronnie. I never seen Ronnie.
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 I'm like, wait a minute.
Ronnie did that. Yeah. Yeah. So I never had a chance and pleasure of seeing Ramy. So now for me, this story is that he's so strong. This is so impressive. I want to know for the legs, what was your best squat?
I can't. I'm not thinking. I have to get 15 reps anyway, and if anything I put it, I will lift it. But if I have a strong barbell, that's it.
So you could do 6-7 plates.
Yeah, I did that many times. Every day, every week. But with Dennis, he don't like me to train with squat. 3 weights, yeah.
Yeah, but for the waist?
The last thing he needs is bigger legs.
Yeah, his legs is big as shit. Hey, I remember.
Okay.
I was training.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen. Okay, you open the can of worms. Good. Last thing that Ramy needs is bigger legs. Okay, but Tom Platz is known for just crazy goddamn quads, right, and all that stuff. So, did it hurt him or help him?
I don't know. Olympia, I don't know.
So I think
I think it helped him.
Yeah. So
yeah, but his
if Ramy has the genetics to grow anywhere even more, I think the world would want to see.
The Milos,
pedal to the metal, Milos.
Bro, he wouldn't let him grow out the car.
Pedal to the metal, Milos.
Hey, who's gonna say no?
We need a truck.
I know, but you know that you got to go from Judge's feet back just a little bit. You know what I mean? And if the legs are overpowering, it's like the last thing. Listen, he doesn't have to squat and grows. I swear,
he can look at the squat bar.
No, heavy leg press, heavy hack squat. His shit. And he reminds me kind of Dennis Wolf when it comes to that. Dennis Wolf needed to just do after we finish with the leg extension, which is basically the warm up. His legs are full blown.
Yeah.
I mean, full blown with the pump that you can't get much more blood in there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just detail for him. Detail. That's what he needs.
Is there a certain body
Can
part?
you imagine? Can you imagine if squats are as detailed as Chris's were? They would look even bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, but check this out. Was there a time where, like, let's say for myself, like, I wanted big legs. Like, that was my mission. And so I did everything from sprinting on bikes to trying the Tom Platz workout. I was getting 40 reps with 315 on the squat, a couple of sets like that. But then they got really big and my upper body looked really small to it. Like, I don't know if this can be a question for all three of you guys. Like, did you ever pick your body apart? Like, okay, I'm going to focus on this area. Because it's hard to focus on your whole body at one time. I focus on one area. And then I say, okay, now I'm going to focus on my upper body, try to thicken up my back. I had, at the time, I didn't know I had a weak back, but it was thin as shit. So did you guys focus on the depth and the upper body, all that stuff, one time or another?
Well, I'll tell you first, when I came to the States, I had no legs. I mean, I was like, fuck, I was small. I was like man's physique anyway.
You had no legs?
87, like I had no legs. My first Mr. Universe.
I've seen some photos.
I thought Milos was born with quads because his quads was the first thing that stood out to me when I first saw him.
Yeah. So, but 87, I got to the American gym and there was a head squat, but vertical. We called it a hell machine. They had it at the Gold's Venice. I actually trained with Dorian on that machine. It's like, imagine a hack squat, but vertical. And then you put the shoulders back on the pad and the feet forward. So, I mean, it's like crazy. I built my legs like, I don't know. Now it's surprising that Ramy says he grew so fast. My legs grew like in 1 year. Like I was like, oh my God, every time you train, you see the difference every time you train. And then it became my overpowering body parts that I had to back off. So I did back off. Like after 93, I couldn't train legs because they would overpower me. But Chris, to answer your question, I would always go for, I need to build everything. But back was weakness. So I did it. I doubled up on back, right? But when I'm honest and look back, I didn't really feel my back. You do all the exercises for back and all this shit, but you don't really feel it.
Right.
The way you posed, even when you pose, relax, pose, and then going into the back double biceps, back rows, you can see your muscle hit, responds right away, and then you spread it, and then you squeeze it. For me, it was like I got in a position, and I think a position is pose is good, but I don't really feel my back. That's right. How it is.
Yeah, I could feel everything. I could feel everything in those poses. Yeah. What about you, Dennis and Ramy?
What was the question again?
Did you focus on a certain body part at a certain time to try to balance out another, and then lay off the other body part?
I never laid off anything.
Never. Everything's
I try to focus. I try to focus on a weaker body part when it was called out as weak. But
what was it? Which body part was called?
The back. Even though my back was not weak, I just never really understood how to get in the back double biceps and take it.
Who called out weak body parts on you? Me? Huh? Who called out weak body parts?
Overall,
the judges?
When people, how the media and everything, and I understood it was my back. I had the thickness in my back.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a Paul Dillette thing. I'd rather just.
Listen, okay.
The feedback.
You pinpointed perfectly. You see, I said I was going into the pose, but I didn't feel the muscle. So same thing, Dennis, and I saw you do this many times. I tried to figure out. You were going the back double biceps pose, thinking of the pose, not on the muscle. So you get in the right position like you're supposed to be. But you see, even when I listened to Chris advising Max Charles when he was doing a back double biceps pose, right? He goes, squeeze those muscles and push them into the judges. So squeeze the back into the judge's face. Which I didn't do that.
That's Chris helping Max Charles. Chris wouldn't have said shit to me. Chris would have told me, "Oh, that's good. Keep doing this. This is
looks good.
Keep that up. Don't change."
Okay.
Listen, I had no problems with my lat spread. It was just back double. I almost felt like, you know what it was? It might sound stupid, but I think I was too big. I just couldn't even get my hands back there. I felt like everything's tight.
Yeah, you know what? Seriously, Dennis, you look like 280 before you hit the pose, and you look 250 after you hit the pose.
Bro, you know that. Hey, you know that one pose? You know what drives me nuts? But I want I want to hear Ramy. I want to hear you answer the question first. But I want to ask you guys something. Go ahead, Ramy. Your turn.
Okay. I think it's my weakness point. I try all the time to broken. It's not a muscle. It's not a muscle to broke. I need to get the condition, and I try every year for that. I lost many times for that, and I don't know I respect all the coaches I working with them. All of them try to make me, in good point. And I think I follow every coach 100%. I give him 100%. That's why when I'm not working with anyone anymore, I think I give him a chance to make a success story. But sometimes we are not in good point together. And like every coach, he can win with somebody and he can lose with some. But my weakness, I think my weakness point, it's not a muscle from the beginning. It's not back is like a shoulder and it's like arms and it's like chest. My legs is bigger. Only my calves I try many times and they never grow. And
and see his calves. When you look at his calves are fucking huge. I guarantee you, his calves are at least 23. But if you got 35-inch legs, your calves don't look as big. They just don't stand out.
Right.
But always I try to get in the condition, and maybe I kill myself for the cardio. Sometimes I get 3 hours a day, and I sleep sometimes when I do state master, but I never get my chance to be in condition on the stage.
Right.
In the end, I get it I think in 2020, and I try to get more in this year.
But your condition now is what I see ahead of time. You're I don't want to say you're ahead of the schedule, but you're so lean. This is super impressive. This looked like 6 weeks out. Goddamn.
I have to tell you one thing. From Olympia until now, maybe I broke my diet maybe 2-3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't eat a lot of junk food though, do you? Normally.
No. Always, but this year is special. I don't like to break my diet. I need to be always close when I come to any phase with the chat. I'm ready to my body is the fat is not too much.
Not a problem.
Just water and that's it.
Okay, but what is the the food that you eat? Chicken, fish, you said, and eggs, beef, rice, veggies.
I love it. I love fish. I love fish.
So that's majority of your protein.
Yeah, most of the meals it's fish.
Fish. And how about carbs? What kind of carbs?
Rice. I love the rice, but if it's sweet potato, I'm fine.
Hey, do you still fish at all? Are you still fishing?
Yeah. When I back, I live most of the time now in Egypt. When I back to I did that.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I love.
Okay, so can I just say my opinion? Okay, Ramy, this is my view. You have so much real estate, right? You cover so much space, right? So what I would think that you guys would work on is that detail. For me, my experience is, since talk to Joe Weider, Milos, isotension, right? Squeeze the muscle. This kind of in a contest prep, right? When you not just squeeze, you squeeze for 2-3 seconds. Like kind of try to squeeze the juice out of the lemon. Try to, to get these striations, the fibers, and on the back especially. I know that you guys are thinking of a back poses, right? I think when in a training, you try to bring those fibers, right? And lessen the weight, prolong the squeeze. And I know that, Dennis, you do that time and attention, right? You just, when I'm honest to myself, I did my back, what I told the Chris, I did my back, but I did the exercise correctly, but I didn't really pull from the back. I pulled from everything.
But Milos, don't you think like me that if you would have known back then what you know today, you wouldn't have that problem?
Yeah, of course. But listen, how did Ramy go 2010? He started training, right? It's not like Ramy, somebody came to you and tell you exactly. Okay.
Exactly.
Huh?
Mhm.
And that's why I said he's 1 in a billion. I think he has. I seriously believe that he has a myostatin deficiency.
100%. 100%. He probably looks the weight and grows. Yeah. Yeah.
He just from yesterday to today, he gained 1.5 kilos.
Yeah. Eating
I don't doubt it.
We talking 3-4 pounds just overnight.
But for a reason,
I was here. So I don't know what is your plan, guys, but he's so lean that he can actually grow into the show now.
This is a good question that we should. I'm going to bring Chat on in the next couple of weeks because those are the questions that Chat, going to be able to answer his plans exactly, and that will be a good podcast with him too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but all three of you right now, what do we appreciate?
I think he will grow in the next 4 weeks.
Yeah,
he will grow more.
But would you like to see him like super fibrotic, right? Everything.
Listen, that's why we even.
That's always the goal.
We even started cable crossovers already, which is something that normally at this time he wouldn't even do. So we're gonna start all this early. And you see, we see we're doing drop sets, hold, squeeze, all of it. We only post the sets that are most impressive. For if you watch it, you want to be impressed or you want to see some intensity. But some of the sets we do before with the squeeze and hold, especially for his back, and he feels it. Now he feels it. He understands. He literally. He does the exercises, and you can tell it's working. It's working.
Yeah. So I don't like even posting my best stuff. My best stuff is not even videotaped.
Yeah.
Not even videotaped.
But Chris, back then we didn't videotape shit.
No, I'm talking about like when I'm working with guys now. I don't even put my best, like the best training of the day and the best set, all that stuff.
You need to.
Yeah, you're fake, Chris.
Hey, Ramy, tell him in the last
result.
Tell him in the last 2 weeks how many new followers you got.
100,000.
Why do you think that happened?
He has millions already.
No. But why do you think suddenly he gets 100,000 more?
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
Because now he's putting stuff out. He's putting stuff out. Now people talk about him again. They see, hey, listen, he's posting shit.
Yeah. I just don't put my, I don't like, right.
Oh, you don't want to put your secret out, Chris. Is that what it is?
I just don't put out exactly everything that I do. I just don't do it.
Do you see him putting out everything? It's one set per exercise.
Right, I know. That's what I'm saying. I do the same thing, though. I do it purposely. Yeah.
Hey, you guys know, I have no secret.
How much posing are you guys doing?
We started a little bit, but not nothing to talk about.
Okay.
Not there yet, but it will start. It will start at 12 weeks out.
Yeah. We got plenty of time. It's still early. I'm just wondering.
No, we post.
Just wondering why you were there.
He's still huffing and puffing right now.
And how much cardio, Ramy? How much cardio?
Yesterday we started high intensity for 45 minutes. Before I did that for myself because I like to do cardio like 30 minutes a day. Because Chad, he said, don't do cardio right now. But I love to do cardio because I know when I wake up, I can't go to eat and that's it. I have to do my cardio.
What form of cardio you guys doing? What form? What machine?
Stairmaster.
And I'm doing it with him out of sympathy. I'm in the fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. I do it at home. I do it anyways.
Okay. I'm about to go bust out some cardio.
The hardest part is to get up and drive to the gym. I usually go downstairs on my Stairmaster and that's it. So now we got to drive to the gym because the gym at the hotel, they don't have Stairmasters.
Okay. That's what's up.
That's where we see Andrew Jack coming in the morning and doing his cardio. So you know he's
today.
We didn't see him today, right? He's probably already on his way to England. I think because he told me last week or 2 weeks ago he's going like 10 days or 12 10 days out.
How does his face look? His face?
He don't have the visa.
He's kind of one of those guys with his face is not sucked in. Even though when he competed, if it is sucked in, I think he's really dangerous.
Man, we used to make a living looking at people's face.
I know, right?
Yeah, but
that's a good question for you guys. Why is it that we don't see those sucked in faces anymore?
I can't tell you.
But look at the Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, when you see him, he never looked like he's ready, right?
No, but 2001, Jay Cutler looked like a goddamn skeleton, his face. Because his temples and everything was...
You guys both know that we judge people by their face in the beginning.
Yeah. Sucking eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is it that you don't see this anymore? Or you see it maybe on a few guys, but not all of them? It used to be all of them. All look like that.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. Everything.
I don't want to say this like we dieted harder, but hey, what else is the reason? I mean, we were
willing to
really,
suffer more, right?
Huh? We were suffering.
Suffer more, you think?
I don't know. The new generation is a little spoiled, I think. Sorry, Ramy.
Got these cameras.
Let me say one thing. I think I'm doing my everything until 2015, but my face is like that. Almost. But after from I think from 2000 from 2020 when I go into Arnold before the show. You see my picture, Dennis. My face, I don't take nothing. It's not about some people is talking about diuretics or some stuff like that. And my face is like I can see my everything. My face, I don't have a face.
Yeah. You don't have a face now at 36 or 3, whatever it is now. You don't even have a face now. You got a little small head.
13 weeks, 14 weeks.
If I was 336 pounds, my face would be this big.
Okay, Ramy, do you like posing, or you just pose because you have to?
I don't like to pose. I don't like to pose, but I have to. I will tell you that when I go to Dennis 2020, I'm posing like every show, but he pushed me so hard to be ready in the stage. When I go to him 2020, I feel it's easier than 2020. I can do that. But it's so hard because when you did that, it's last 4 or 5 weeks and you don't have energy to do nothing.
Right.
Maybe doing it right now, if you start right now, you would be fine, Just you lost how many calories you lost. It would be fine, You eat like 400 rice and everything in one meal. But when you don't have nothing to eat and you recover your body, it's so hard to doing it. And Dennis, it's so hard. Somebody took to him. He has to be good with me, give me just 1 round or 2 rounds. It's okay. 1 hour morning, 1 hour after training. It's so hard.
Yeah, but I think what Dennis did with you to go into the pose first, get out of the pose last, it showed. You were holding the poses. That was beautiful. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you love posing, like Chris Cormier loved posing. You could see he could pose all day. You can hear the music go, and he's gonna go, right? And if you you hit the pose because let me check my double biceps and all that stuff. But if you really get into it, we were all shocked when you came on the stage and played guitar, right? There was great.
Man, that was the shit. I loved it. I was like, yeah, Ramy, go.
So this was look, Ramy loves posing. You know, so I think now that
we're just about. I talk about the when you hit the balls to balls. It's hard to squeeze your balls, and it's you use all your muscle, and you're thinking about each muscle. It's hard.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah. It's not just getting into the pose, but keeping your stomach flat, keeping your abs strong, keeping your separation. Yeah, but it's
keep bringing that charisma, man. It works for you, brother.
Yeah,
not just all about the pose.
Maybe you should play the drums this year. Maybe you should play the drums. I want to go to a couple of fan questions that we have right here. One of them bothered me a little bit. Where is he? One of them said to me, where is it? Hold on. He said, you have to respect Ramy. He can sing.
Yeah. Then
somebody literally wrote me a message, said, you have to respect Ramy. He can sing. You guys hear Ramy sing?
No.
Oh, you lost all your life.
Tell my stories later when you get a chance. Check my stories. Swear to God, man. My ear's about to fall off.
Hold on a second. What? Good or bad?
This is coming from being Ghana, Buzak, Naka, whatever. You must respect Ramy's singing. Love you both. I have to respect your singing. I told you you can't sing.
You can't.
He cannot sing. He cannot even hold a tune. You know, he loves to sing, and I respect that. I respect
Dennis, please. We speak about that many times. If you don't believe me, don't speak about that. Believe in me. Please.
He cannot sing. Okay? He sounds like a washing machine.
Man.
Let me see who we have a question. There was one that was for Milos.
Milos.
Do I have to have a rest day, or can I train 7 days a week?
You rest when you die. Why would you have a rest day? Right? That's my T-shirt coming up. You'll rest when you die. Listen, I train 6 days a week, twice a day, and I never considered it was overtraining. Okay, I know that all this theory you need to rest and recover and all this stuff, but if you have 24 hours a day, you don't necessarily need to. But go with the feel. If you feel like you're taking a day off, take a day off. But schedule day off just because, we schedule Sunday maybe because of a family day, because of this, because of that. Not really because our muscle really needs rest. I think, listen, especially now that, I'm following UFC guys, they train like a maniacs, three, four times a day sometimes, right? Every day.
Yeah.
So is this really absolutely necessary to take that? I don't think so.
Yeah. Ramy, what is Ramy's workout split?
My schedule.
It varies though, right? It varies.
So this question is coming from Yusef F. Joe. He split his chest one day, next day quads, day 3 shoulders, day 4 back, day 5 arms, day 6 hamstrings.
Yes, exactly like that.
You guys' opinion on, I don't even know why, I have no idea about this, on SARMs.
So SARMs, it's bullshit. It's I say it's commercialized bullshit made to, make money. Come on. So you're gonna have now selective anabolic modulator. It's going to be targeted muscle tissue. I mean, I'll tell you what you want to hear, right? In the pharmacology, you need to put the medication and study for 40 years to know all the benefits and side effects and all that stuff. This is just sexy thing. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. It's just like steroids. It works even better just on the muscle. It doesn't work on your other receptors and organs and, follicles and all this shit. Come on. I can tell you there is Santa Claus in the fucking, Finland on the North Pole there, right? I don't believe it whatsoever. It's commercialized bullshit. Does something work a little bit? Yeah, but it's not even comparable to the real thing. And if I can say this again, why are naturals natural, but they would want to go with the SARMs? They would want to go with the peptides, right? Oh, I'm natural. None of us are no longer natural. We are like Ramy was 2010. He wanted to be bigger than natural. He wanted to be more muscular. So to be more muscular, he's going to have to take, okay, I'm going to eat more. I'm going to train more. I'm going to, maybe take more supplements, all this stuff. Well, if you really want to, build some crazy physique, right? You should maybe think of anabolic steroids, right? I used anabolic steroids for 30-something years. Did I ever regret it? Zero. Can I tell people, there was some side effects? I was enhanced for 30-something years. Do I like it? Of course I like it. Would it benefit me? Because I wanted to create this physique, right? So I would maximize every aspect. So if you
so now you at age 56, 57?
Whatever, 80, 58.
No. Where are you at now? 56 or 57, right?
I'm 58.
You're 58? Yeah. Oh, okay. At 58, this is a question that interests me. At 58, what do you still do? You're definitely not doing anything crazy no more. But what would you think is a good cycle for a guy 58 years who's been training for 30 years and he's been on gear for a long time? 250
tests a week. I know that you're taking only 100 milligrams. I take 250. And I had those 50 milligrams DECAs, right? So I would take this. And then, you know how in the bodybuilding, when you have a 3 cc syringe, it's a rule you have to fill it up. So I add 1 cc of whatever else I have.
What rule is this? What rule is? In what rule book is that rule?
The Milos.
That's the written rule. Don't waste the space.
The pedal to the metal.
Just don't get the 5 cc thing.
So you do 250 of test, 50 milligrams of DECA,
and then
and then whatever else is in the drawer.
Yeah, whatever is. When I have a Masteron, and I have a Baldanum, and I have a Primo, this is kind of. I'm not obviously shopping for it, So when you get something, you just add a little to it.
Okay, so that's once a week.
Once a week, yeah. Once a week, because if I would get the 3 cc rule and I try to split it half and half, I would go against the rule. Yeah. Okay. But what I was going to say, I had a question, but I wanna be a fan. I want to be a fan. Ramy.
Yes.
Dorian or Ronnie Coleman at their best?
Ronnie Coleman.
Say?
Ronnie Coleman all the way.
All the way. Okay. All right.
Here's another question. One more question that I think is very interesting. Somebody wants to know, at what number is liver enzyme too high? What's a too high number for liver enzymes?
Okay.
As a bodybuilder, we have to look at it. We have to look at it a little different.
Okay, so I can tell you this: liver enzymes are usually there 45, 50. Okay, that's the limit that it should not go over. So there was many times that my liver enzymes and my athletes go through too high. But my brother-in-law is a doctor and expert in liver. He's actually a liver transplant surgeon. And so when I was showing him, my elevation was 150, 200. So he goes, okay, are you taking steroids? Of course I do. So liver enzyme elevation during a cycle doesn't mean liver damage. It just means that the liver is working overtime. First pass, it has to go through it. So liver enzymes are elevated, but that doesn't mean damage. It's expectable to be elevated. I've seen, going up to like 800 on some people, and they get off the cycle and they do the little bit leg alone. If you remember, leg alone was also in Germany. It's like silimarin, milk thistle, but pharmaceutical grade. It will go down. So there is a scare about hepatotoxicity, right? The liver can be damaged. And then when you see the numbers going up, immediately you think, oh, this is damaging, this is bad. Oh, I damaged my liver. It doesn't mean it's damaged. It's just working over time. Trust me. So I don't see a danger, but normally if you are on some orals, it's going to go over hundreds. That's normal. And don't be alarmed. If your cycle is 12, 16 weeks, you're okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know I spoke to a doctor one time who told me that if someone has hepatitis B or hepatitis C, the liver enzymes go into the thousands.
Yeah. But that's a damaged liver. And you see, that's why I want people to understand. We take something that's going to cause increased number, but that doesn't cause the damage. It's just, now liver is processing all that stuff. Right, so, right. Because if doctors see, for average person, liver enzyme elevated, oh, something's wrong with your liver. But for us, it's expectable. Like if you do testosterone shot and you go, testosterone is through the roof, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 instead of up to 1,000, right? So this is not normal. Yeah. Of course, it's not normal because we took the steroid.
You see test levels that high?
I've seen 10,000. I was 10,000.
How do you get to 10,000?
Yeah, shoot the steroid at night and go in the morning for a test. You see, it's going to happen. As you know, I always said the maximum amount of testosterone I ever took was 750 a week. You know that very well, Dennis, right? 750. And but I did with the Balco Labs with Victor Conti, right? And he has my result 10,000 because I shoot night before. I wanted to see what happens. It was test propionate.
Let's see what happens.
Even from propionate, you don't.
Yeah, because propionate is fast.
How much did you take in that shot?
100 milligrams.
That's it.
Yeah, 100 milligrams. Yes. So the measurement is nanograms per deciliter. Right. Nanogram is 1,000 parts of a milligram. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, or a microgram.
Yes.
And 1,000 parts of a milligram. Right. So it's normal. Yeah. But when people see these results, like, oh my God, you took it. Of course, it's there. Yeah.
Well, I never.
Yeah. So I can only imagine. You see, people would assume that Ramy being so big, he must take something crazy, right? Yeah. And it's probably half of the cycle of an average man's physique guy.
Yeah. It's definitely not even close to what people think.
Yeah.
And for the record, one more time, guys. No, he's not taking any Synthol. Please.
That's ridiculous.
Bullshit. Yeah. He's not doing no SEOs. He's doing none of that shit. So please stop it. Stop it.
I just think
I can say one thing about that stuff, but I don't like to respond for some people. He talking, something unusual. If somebody he needs to take some stuff like that, he will go to him weak point, not in a strong point. Like some people, they say they're going to shoot him legs or him shoulder. How? I'm from the beginning. I have a big shoulder and my big legs. Why I did that? That's crazy.
It's a nonsense. Anybody can see, Ramy, you have nothing. Everybody can see, but enemies haters, they're gonna start the bullshit.
I understand that.
He knows. And I told him, I said, this is not going to stop. As long as you're winning.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why, can you imagine what Phil had to endure, man, what he had to go through all these years? You just got to blindfold, don't even fucking, don't even look, don't even read stuff. And he's good at that. He doesn't even pay attention to this stuff. I don't really either. I don't care. So people can say whatever they want. It doesn't bother me at all. It used to kill me. 15, 20 years ago, when MySpace came out, remember that?
Yeah.
Somebody was stupid would try to find him. I was like, where does this motherfucker live? Now I don't care. People can say whatever they want. It doesn't bother me. As a matter of fact, the more shit they talk about me, the better it is. I gained 60,000 followers in the last 10 days.
Yeah. Ramy, what is your number one pose? If you can show only one pose to the world, what would it be?
Okay, I have to say that from my start to until 2015, my lat spread is the best. I think he's the best shot I had, and after that, I think my side chest last 2 years it changed so much because my separation in my legs they're changing and they get deeper.
It's crazy, yeah. But you do the lat spread with the abs squeezed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I did this myself before. I like both. I just posted on my Instagram, but I don't know. Again, it looks. I think it looks great. Both. I remember telling both Dennis and Chad in 2021, like, have Ramy open up at least for a few seconds and then bring it down. Oh, that's from the back. Beautiful. Hey, when are those pictures being published, Dennis?
They're not going to be published.
I can't. Somebody's going to screenshot right now.
They're going to be published this Sunday on this podcast.
All right.
No, but this was today. Oh.
Okay, Dennis, what do you think is Ramy's best pose? Oh, shit, yeah. That's good.
Can you see?
Yeah, I see it. And lats going all the way down. And all the way out. Yeah, there was Olympia 2001 when Ramy didn't open lat spread on the back. Yeah, that was that one.
I don't know what it was. See, I think he had. I think it was something with the shoulder that he couldn't really open up. And it's you know what? And the thing is this: if you don't practice your posing, you can lose a pose.
100%.
Make one of your strong poses one of your weaker poses because you don't practice it no more. You don't feel it no more. And I think that was at that time that was the problem, because when in 2020 when he was ultimately prepared when it comes to posing, you could have posed him 2 hours nonstop with no water, no nothing, and then you'll see he start coming alive when others start fading, And I think this time I'm gonna be like a drill sergeant. I don't give a fuck. He gonna get no food before he poses. I don't care. I don't care. And there was many days where he looked at me, he's like, is this enough? No. I said, I tell him the same thing every time. I said, listen, are you gonna tell Steve, is this enough?
Oh man, you're brutal. But Dennis, what do you think is
but Milos, you have to agree, because I was a victim of that too. I was fucking lazy, but I know that it killed me on stage many times.
100%, man. It's like you're training for a 1 round MMA fight, and there is 5. What happens after the first one? You're gonna go there.
And we train. You suffer for so long. You train for a whole year, and then you fade after 1 round because you didn't practice posing. Come on. We do this because we want to display the physique on stage. And I'm talking like I was doing this for all my life. I was a fucking victim of this shit. That's why I'm preaching it now. There's a lot of mistakes that I made that I don't want him to make.
Yeah.
Well, I was working with Robbie Robinson, so he was kicking my ass at a young age, and coming out of wrestling and the stuff that we did in wrestling, I mean, it was okay with me because I was getting food. I mean, for wrestling, I didn't eat any food and just worked at a high level of intensity. But just have someone drilling me at a young age, 20 years old, 19 years old, huge ass puddle of sweat, and he still was yelling at me and stomping his feet, all that shit. That's the way it was.
Robbie Robinson made the.
Let Ramy go eat. I know he's late for his food.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah,
Ramy, you want to leave? You can leave, man.
Yeah. Before I left, I have to thank you, Dennis, to give me that chance to be with Milos and Chris. I love both of them. Now I respect them much, and always I listen to them because I still think them opinion had changed all my ways to be better. And thank you, Dennis, to support me all that time and to give me that chance. Thank you so much.
Love you, man. We
Thanks
love
for
you.
coming on.
Hey, we love you, Ramy. Everybody
loves
you.
All right, now get out of here. Go.
Okay.
All right, then we can stay on here because because Milos, you fucking train all year and then you fucking fade on stage, and at the end of the day, how many times I told myself, I want to do this, and when I do the shot, I want to do this, and then I'm so exhausted when from pumping up that I forget what I was doing.
But here, okay, first, you didn't answer. Dennis, what do you think is Ramy's best pose, number one pose?
Right now?
Yeah.
If I have to choose one?
Yeah, just one.
Well, the most muscular,
Yeah?
The most muscular is great. I mean, he's backed up. His real lat spread right now is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, looks good. Chris, what would you change in any pose, if anything, for Ramy? When the way he hits the pose and the way you look, how he hit the pose and how you pose, would think that he will look better. Any?
Chris is going to come up with 5 poses now.
So, no. Shit. I think some people, when they hit a pose, like let's say you go to side chest, and then they'll go here, and then sometimes, like I used to do this pose because it was one of my poses. Is the arm down with the tricep and the arm coming around, but I utilize my body.
Can you take your shirt off so we can see what you're talking about?
Yeah, let me do that. but if I come here and then I'd hit that shot, but I'd actually hit the shot. A lot of people go here, and then it look like they do it because they've seen so many people do it that they think they do it, but they don't really put anything in it. They go here, and don't really utilize the pose at all.
Yeah,
you notice that?
A lot of people, they forget that the stomach got to be.
Do that shit. Like if you're gonna hit it fucking precisely, hit the shot, use your shoulder width, hit the abs, hit the serratus, hit your obliques, and utilize that tricep and hold that here. Don't just go here and then they turn around to something else. But sometimes some bodybuilders hit that lat spread from the rear and they use their wrist or some shit. I've done it before, but it don't look good when you're going like this. Like I'd be really mindful of.
You know what?
I'd be really mindful of.
You know why some people do it? And Ramy's been trying it now because he feels he's getting a better feel for the lats when he's doing it this way.
Yeah, but it don't bring that waist in enough.
You know who started, who started it?
Who's that?
You don't remember who started it?
No.
Wait, but Lee Haley did it a couple of times back in the day.
I don't know.
But it don't
Not
make
totally.
the body look better. Your waist
the first
and everything's
one I
gonna be
saw-
wider in that pose.
The first one I saw doing it was Tony Freeman.
I don't remember him doing
Tony
it.
Freeman?
Yeah, but I've seen a couple
It
of
was
people.
before him. I seen it. I remember some guys back when I was a teenager doing that stuff. From the East Coast guys was doing that. I forgot his name, but he had a big back. But was it King? I think the last name King. Forgot his damn name. He had big ass neck.
Rodney King. Oh, you talking about Mike? Yeah, with that big thick neck, the white boy.
Big thick neck. He was doing it like that. But if you utilize your thumbs right in that lat insertion,
Was it Mike King?
you can. I forgot his damn. I know his last name was King. He had a brother also. It was 2 brothers.
Yeah, huge neck. Milos, come on. You got this photographic memory.
But who was it? I didn't.
Last name is King. He was like from the AAU Federation.
Jeff King.
Jeff King? Yeah, Jeff King.
Yeah.
I've seen him doing that back in the day. But
the big neck.
It don't work
Yeah,
out
he had a
right
big
when
neck.
it comes
Yeah.
to huge ass neck.
But I'm 99% sure because Lee Haney didn't do this normally. He does normal lat spread. But in one occasion, he put a wrist like this and still open up the lats and look ridiculous.
Yeah, but his lats is his lats.
Yeah, that was
Oh, by the way, we got Ronnie Coleman next week.
Ronnie Coleman. Oh yay!
You know what? We're gonna make this next run a Mr. Olympia run because you talked to Ronnie.
You know what else? I'm working on Lee Haney for the following week.
Okay,
man.
and then check this out because I talked to Dorian last night. He's willing to come on.
He coming
yeah, he'll come back on. He said he was on before. He said I'll do it for you, Chris, if you want, but I don't. He said I'm really like into doing that shit no more. I was like, yeah, but I said it'd be good to have you on just because he's gonna come out to the Olympia this year also. So he said we're gonna spend some time in LA when he comes, but I think it'd be cool to have the Mr. Olympias on consecutively. You know,
Ramy too, and Ronnie.
This be Mr. Olympia month, man.
16, that's 18, and then 6. So
yeah,
shit, 24 weeks. We can get it done.
You have to bring Jay Cutler again. I mean, come on. Jay did it with you once, right? But yeah, I didn't have a chance to pick his brain in front of you.
Leading up to the Olympia, I think it'll do us good to get some actual Olympia champions.
We got to do something special for the 100th episode. We're going to have an anniversary in 100 episodes. I think it's like in 2 episodes. We got 2 more, and then it's
2 more than 100. Yeah, let's do that.
So
let's get it all.
We'll bring 6 people on, 6 of us.
So Dennis, how much longer are you staying in Dubai?
Until the 25th. But Ramy's already asking me if I can extend for another week. You know, because he likes it. You can tell he's really enjoying this, and he doesn't want it to stop.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are building something that
the US. From there, I got to go to Germany for 3 weeks. You know, so there's a gap of 4 weeks that he's by himself, or with some of his guys over there in Egypt. You know, and you know you don't want to stop this. You want to continue this all the way to the end now because that makes a huge difference. You can see his body is really responding like crazy.
Wow,
it's really I can see it happening.
That's good.
Yeah. So and like I said, if nothing happens and he stays injury free and nothing happens and he can do this all the way to the Olympia, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Will they find something to talk about him? Of course. I mean, there hasn't been an Olympia on stage that, you know, people hasn't, you know, even Phil, you know, everybody's narrow. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. I think the most perfect athlete on the stage was Lee Haney.
Lee Haney is my guy.
Olympia winners. I think Lee Haney was the most perfect Mr. Olympia when it comes to the physique.
Yeah, we're gonna have him on the show. So let's talk about that.
I wish we would have seen. I wish we got a chance to see more.
When we have to break him down, all Olympia winners, we break him down. Who was the best Mr. Olympia when it comes to physique? Not size, not condition, shape.
Yeah, I think so too. He was a prototypical. He was a prototypical looking competitor for sure.
Because we all see. Because listen, how long ago did Lee Haney retire? How long is his body? And he would still look good today.
And still young.
Yeah, but
still young.
My first Olympia was his last. You know, my first Olympia '91.
But listen, he came
still great today.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
But he came from being so young, like he still didn't hit his prime. His prime would have been 35, 36 years old. That would have been prime muscle. So he still had some young muscle looking stuff, but it was so thick, so early, so young, and then able to carry through. But you know, he had enough. He was 8. But I was him. I would have liked to have seen more of him and Dorian head to head. That would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Another year of that, and Dorian got a little older, and he got a little older. I think that would have been awesome.
And the Dorian that came in 93, would have been nice.
Yeah, he would have. Dorian Lee would have had to go back to his bag and come up with something on that, but he would have definitely need to come back, you know, and done a little something more.
We'll have questions when we get him on there, and then we can ask him all of that. Guys, I appreciate you, man. We had 2 hours.
All right.
Even Milos looks hungry now. Look at him.
No, Barcelona is starting a game against Bayern.
Hey, I usually order food. Before the show, and I didn't today because I had technical difficulties, as you guys know. And but my fucking son, dude, he ordered food. I always order food for him and me. He ordered food. I watch him with the food. I was like, "You son of a bitch! Like you didn't even order me any fucking food."
All right, guys. Listen, guys, I'll see y'all next week. Thank you,
right,
you guys. Take care. God bless you.
Take care.
See you, brother.
All right.